Hey there, my name is Double M3, and I want to share another one of my original characters or OCs. This one is one I made a few years back as well, and his name is Sprinkles. But before I get into that, I want to explain why it may be taking, or not taking, but like why I've been uploading so many art time lapses in a short time period. It's not like I made these super fast, but like some of them were new, but the majority of them were ones I already done. I've had these done, so I just had some laying around. So when I started doing uploads, and it seems like people like to see these time lapses, I decided that why not just use the other ones? Use the other drawing time lapses I have. But now, getting into Sprinkles. Sprinkles the cat is, I believe, my best knowledge, he was created back when I used to be in middle school a few years ago, and I'd say about 5 years ago, 5 years ago maybe around there, and was inspired by Gorefield, who was created by Lumpy Touch. Sprinkles the cat is a large cat about moose sized. He's about the size of a moose, and he takes great pleasure in just playing around with people and being a little trickster and goofing off, just being a general annoyance like typical cat behavior. He particularly enjoys stealing fish from things, like just stealing random food, raiding fish markets and stuff like that. He didn't. His lore used to be very complicated, and he used to have a whole like family tree that was very like twisted and morbid and scary. But over time, I started to lean more towards the he's scary, but he's actually a goofball type character. While he is capable of being terrifying and ravaging entire like city blocks, he is most comfortable and content with just messing around with people. So over time, as I leaned into it, I tend to forget him for certain periods of time. Like I'll just forget to like think about drawing him for like months or even a year, and then I'll start drawing him a little bit, and then I'll just drop him again. But as of recent, something in me or something reminded me of Sprinkles, and I decided why not just draw him. Oh, I just remembered Hatsune Miku. It was Hatsune Miku's song. I think it was the one about a video game, and it was called like Continue, and the video game vibe made me think of, this might fit Sprinkles. I got it. Then I made this drawing as you see on the screen on your whatever screen of whatever device you're using, and I designed it in like a little 2D platformer that might become a 3D platformer. Sure, it's probably never going to become a game, but it's just like if it were a game. And in this game, this is where his actual story, his actual canon story is made. He is a cat set in, I believe, from my knowledge, it's northern India. It, my English. It's around northeast or northwest India, and that's for a few reasons. It's one because, well, the actual reason being for why it's in India is because he is set in a made-up town called Wabagang or Wabargang. I forgot exactly how it's pronounced. It's a carpet shark. It's just another name for carpet sharks. They are commonly found around the shores of India, just near India, the Indian Ocean, stuff like that. And I thought that would be a great little name because I found sharks before I started. And I was like, you know what? That would be a town name. Great name. And in the city, he goes on little escapades, finding out stuff about the town, finding little secrets, just making people annoyed, just having fun. Along the way, he meets other people, such as Silver the Colored Owlet, which are actually found in around northern India and higher north. That's why it was set in northern India, because I thought that'd be a fitting little thing. Or it's going to be set in around the shores of India, like around closer to the shores, which I think would make sense. The owl just happens to be there. Silver the owl is just a little owl. He's a big threat if he wants to be, because he has a little ability to enchant tree branches and use them as weapons. He has a cool hat. He is inspired by Silver Chariot Requiem from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. And yeah, that's him. He's cool. He's a silent type. He also meets an octopus whose name is Scorch. Scorch has the ability to wield a gun. He's just smart like that. He's inspired by a monster known as Nu Udra, or the Black Flame from Monster Hunter Wilds, which is just my favorite game, Monster Hunter rocks. So those three, the Triple S team, Sprinkles, Silver, and Scorch. They go on random little adventures and the neat like game mechanics that you could swap between them and have fun with it. Some can reach certain secrets that others couldn't, because Sprinkles is gigantic, Silver's tiny. Like Silver's tiny and can fly. The octopus can squeeze into like hidden areas. Like neat little mechanic to find out if you're into the lore or you just like different gameplay styles. But I also decided to add lore since he is canon to the comic I'm working on, known as Passive Power. He is a sub branch of the comic, so he's like a little offshoot. And the reason this connects is because Sprinkles is not. He wasn't. Well, the concept is that he is not naturally like this, in that he was turned into this because he was affected by the natural energy in the world that gives people power that I've deemed the name of Sylvan. And that's what made him like this. That's why all the animals in the story that he interacts with are mostly higher intelligence and capable and even have magical powers. That's why Silver can enchant stuff. That's why the octopus knows how to use a gun and, reload. That's why Sprinkles knows how to talk. He knows how to manipulate. But he's also, he's big, long neck, very powerful. It's just because of Sylvan. Though I'm trying to decide if it's going to be artificial reasons or he just happens to be afflicted by, maybe it's like a Sylvan outburst, or a Sylvan spreads a bit differently around India and it causes animals to be a bit different. But yeah, that's the general lore of Sprinkles. The thing on the screen right now that I'm showing, you're talking about the drawing part, was the top was just so I can have an idea for the game mechanic, and then the bottom one, it's like anything below that was just doodling little expressions, concepts. The one in the bottom right, where he's being held and it says fat ass, is meant to represent like a level complete screen, like Friday Night Funkin'. Like, you got a good score, you got a cool little animation. And it's like, oh, you collected all the fish on this level, great job. Here's your cool little end screen animation. The one where he's looking, trying to impersonate Ouroboros or just a circle is meant to be like a concept load screen. Or maybe another end screen where you did bad and he's just laying there like, bruh, I'm hungry. The feral mechanic, as you see in the bottom left, and by the stamina bar, the special meter in the top left and the bottom left, is his ultimate, where he can build up a ton of it, or he'll have to build up 2 bars of special meter instead, and will unleash a ferocious flurry of gory attacks that are designed to be gory, disemboweling, lacerating, throw corpses at screens, stuff like that, because the show Sprinkles wild side, because he may act cute and fluffy and funny, but he is still a giant cat. He is still one of the apex predators. So this feral is like a buildup of stress or just a buildup of hunger, and it just unleashes it aggressively. And I think I like it because it also lets me explore his expressions with how his fur and ears and tail react to certain things. Like the fur, how it's shaped will determine like his expression, like sad, happy, agitated, feral. There's more to the story that I need to work on. But so the whole center of the story is in the city of Wobblegong or Wobbegong. Can't quite remember the name. Just that city that I made up. You don't really see any humans whatsoever, except them happening to be background characters or in cutscenes. If it were a game, they're just in the background, just not really any descriptive detail. They just exist, and everything you talk to is animals, just intelligent, evolved, specialized animals who do like to have their own little society. And I think it's a little cute and unique idea, and it's different from the main comic, which is mostly humanoids, or almost entirely humanoids. But so yeah, that's the lore, Sprinkles, his town, the story, and a little discussion of why the drawing exists. And I really do hope you enjoyed, but I think this is going to be the end of it, so hope you have a good day, hope you enjoyed. Consider, liking, commenting, all the good stuff that helps, even subscribing if you feel like it. Do what you wish. But I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Later.